So you have to go to my feed. If you
Okay.
go to my feed, you will now see yourself. It will just connecting now. It will just take 1 minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, at exactly 10 I do that. I think now you can see. Just to click to join. The event will start soon.
Okay. Oh no, there is no option actually in my phone. Just a sec. So I went to a profile.
Event is starting soon. Yes, you can see now.
Yes, I can see now.
Welcome everyone. You want to stop the slides for now? After I introduce, then you
Okay.
can open your slide.
Yeah, sure.
So people will. Yes. So I will put the Zoom. Yeah, people already started joining. Nice.
Mm.
Uh, Let me. So welcome everyone. Just put in the chat from which place you have joined. We will start in couple of minutes. I'm just putting the link in our in all our social media platforms, and we are also streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. So please just bear with us. We will just I'm putting the Zoom link, and we will see. Already we have 8 people. Nice.
Okay. And we have few joining from LinkedIn, I see.
People will keep coming. Yes, LinkedIn will keep going. And even YouTube. So YouTube, I have started recently. I was
Mhm.
not active on LinkedIn. Many people told that you better start being active on LinkedIn. So, not LinkedIn, YouTube. On
Oh,
LinkedIn, I
okay.
have been active a long time.
Mhm.
YouTube, I was not active at all. So, but now in the last 6 months, I am trying to be active on LinkedIn
Okay.
as well. But
I see.
yeah, there's because too much work, becomes too much work. But it's fine. I don't want to go for perfection. I don't want to be like a content creator just to make money on these platforms. It is more of just putting things across. If anyone gets
Yes,
help from it, it's fine. If not, it's okay. Just a platform to let
absolutely.
people know what we are doing. And if they're interested to know more, they can always join the community, they can join the events. Cool. So I think we should start because I don't want to take your time. Anyways, it's 10:03. There are a lot of people on LinkedIn and there are a lot of people on YouTube as well. So the thing is, if I don't say anything, people will start leaving the other channels. So
Okay.
everyone, welcome to this special session, special career talk that is happening today. And today we have Vaishali Macwan, our special guest. She has been a part of our community, and we are doing a session today. Especially before I talk about the session, the it is more about project excellence. All of us here ask me that what is the best way to get into data science, and I repeatedly tell them do projects, build your portfolio, and Vaishali is going to echo on that as well and share her experience in how her journey, how it has been. So, a little bit about her background. She is an accomplished data scientist based in Seattle. She holds a master degree in statistics and has over 6+ years of experience in that field, having worked in diverse industries such as government, technology, and finance. She has honed her expertise in applying data science to real world challenges. Beyond her professional work, Vaishali has mentored over 100 plus individuals, helping them navigate their careers and excel in data science. And today she is here to share her knowledge and insight on this amazing topic. Not wasting much time, over to you, Vaishali, and I'll be actively monitoring the session. And before I hand it the mic over to Vaishali's few ground rules. Your mics are muted. I'll be actively monitoring the chats on Zoom, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So please keep your questions going on. We will have a break in some time to take some of your questions, and then we'll have an extensive Q&A at the end. Over to you, Vaishali.
Oh, thank you so much, Mohammed, for an amazing introduction. So, hi everyone. My name is Vaishali. Thank you for joining this session. I'll try to cover as much as possible in very short time so that we can have more time on Q&A. So, a little bit about me. As Mohammed has mentioned, I have about 6 years of experience, all in product data scientist. I have worked in three different industries like government, fintech, big tech, and I have a master's in statistics. I am really interested in mentoring students, and I've been mentoring students since 10 years now. So if you have any questions on interview or projects or data science, data analytics, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will drop my handle in the chat soon. The agenda for today's session, so as the host has mentioned, it's all about what kind of project that we should do, right? So I will go briefly towards industry insights, what kind of industries cater to data science projects, the different data science roles in the market, the project that you should do along with free resources and guides, and topics on different projects and portfolio, interview tips that you should do, things that you should take care of during your interview process, and mistakes that people have made so far, and what kind of interviews are going on in the current market, and lastly on Q&A. So I'll try to finish my slides as soon as possible so that we can we have more time for the Q&A. So let's start. Yeah, so if I talk about industry insights, right, there are multiple industries where data science role or data analytics and product analytics role is required. For example, healthcare, fintech, big tech, e-commerce, transportation, right? If you talk about healthcare, majority of the work about data science is around patient analytics or personalized medicines and operation optimization. Again, research and operation optimization would be part of any industry if you go there. If you talk about fintech, then most of the work would be around credit score or fraud detection, churn prediction, algorithm training, etc. If you talk about big tech, then it will be mostly on, again, cloud services, churn prediction, recommendation systems, right? Because big tech is, again, a lot of customer based companies, right? So they focus a lot on customer optimization and revenue optimization. When it comes to e-commerce, it will be mostly about customer segmentation and dynamic pricing, and then inventory management, etc., because it involves a lot of retail products. So the data science work varies from industry to industry. And then lastly, if you talk about transportation, then it will be mostly about route optimization, how you can optimize the routes, and then have the delivery on the lowest time with maximum utility, demand forecast, and then autonomous vehicles. So it's mostly about those lines. Apart from these industries, you can also do some of your research and then find out other industries that you want to be part of, where different data science roles are required, and then you can provide your inputs. And then what kind of opportunities are there in this market, right? So what I would do if I'm starting out is I would pick one of the industry from the mention list. I will go to the company's website, look at their products, look at the services that they offer, and then try to understand what exactly that is all about. I'll also try to understand their competitors, right? Because it's very important for any industry or any company to survive and to have a better market share. So I try to understand that particular company and what they do. When I say what they do, means what the company's objective is, how they make money, how they make revenue, how they make profit, how they are continuously making revenue over the years. And then you definitely read about the finances. If you're not into the finances, then I would say utilize all the AI tools that we have, and then try to understand the company's finances, because it will give you a better idea on what kind of problems that they're having, and then how you can utilize your skills to solve problem that company is facing. So pick an industry, pick a company, and then do this research. Once the research is done, then go to the careers portal and then understand what kind of data science role and analytical role that they have. If you're trying to get into data science role, and if you're not able to do it, if you're not able to get into it right away, don't get worried about it. Try and get into other roles which are like data analyst or BIE, and then you can move towards data science roles. That's what I did when I started out. It took me like 2 years to break into data. I took a data analyst role, and then I did an internal transfer for a data science role. So that's something that I would definitely suggest you to do it. Do not get hanged to the data science title, but try to get into the industry first. And then lastly, build relevant projects that we'll cover later in the slides. Any tips, Mohammed, you would like to give on this particular industry insight slide?
Yes, yes, this is very, very important. And I always tell everyone that don't read the titles, don't go for titles. Read the job description very well, because the people who write the job description, they also don't know about exactly what is the role. So,
Mm,
data scientist, these don't just go for the key buzzwords, data scientist. It was data scientist before, now it is AI engineers. But look
mm,
into more what is the responsibilities. And always yeah, as you rightly mentioned, start with specializing in a specific area to get into the industry. It can be data analysis, it can be a BI role, and then build up your trust to get more and more responsibilities. No one is going to hire you and give you directly to build models. That is only for
yes.
PhDs and master students. That, and if you're from a good college and have good recommendations and all. So try to start, always position yourself for small roles. And the best way nowadays, especially I'm telling, is internship. Even if you get an internship to do a project, go do it, prove yourself, and then open up your possibilities.
Absolutely. Can't agree more. Yeah, moving to the next slide. Different data science role in the market, right? So if we talk about just data science role, there are two type of data science roles that exist in the market. One which is more like a product data scientist, where they focus a lot on product experimentation, analytics. They design like A/B testing, multivariate testing, and utilize a lot of causal analysis. And their entire focus is on the product. So they measure metrics like retention rate and conversion rate, starting from impressions to visits to clicks to the approval rate. And then it's all about improving features of the product, improving the product to generate higher revenue. So everything revolves around product. And we use data science method to solve business problems. For example, clustering to create a segmentation. We use regression methods to kind of forecast the volume of each product or different product. A lot of pricing analytics and a lot of dynamic pricing analytics to kind of have a higher revenue. And then a lot of analytics regarding the cost, because when you optimize the cost, it will eventually turn into a better profit. So a lot of product related work. And we do not like work on the models per se, like heavy machine learning models. It's mostly like forecasting models and then regression models, like logistic or linear. The other type is core data scientists, who utilizes a lot of machine learning methods. They build, train, and deploy models. They work on algorithm development and optimization, and then they handle large scale data processing to kind of have feature engineering and then have end-to-end data modeling. And then they do the research and implementation of the state of the art ML techniques. So these are like two main data science role in the market. One is product, and then other is core data scientist. But other roles that I would definitely recommend you to try and interview with is data analyst, growth analyst, product analyst, again pricing analyst, BIE. Another role which is there in the market is business analyst. I know a lot of time people think that business analytics is not about analytics and is more about product management, but it's a mixture of both, little bit of product management and little bit of analytics. Another role is program manager. I know again it looks like you are handling program and doing a lot of management and not about analytics, but it's a very good role to get into a company if you're not able to get into data analyst or growth analyst kind of a role. So these two are the roles I would definitely suggest you to try and get your hands into, because data science and ML roles, they require good foundation on data science knowledge. You should have good technical expertise. You should be able to do multitasking at the same time. You should be able to provide inputs. So it requires a lot of skills, and it's not easy to get into, especially in today's market. So I would definitely like you to like to recommend this, other roles which are like data analyst or business analyst, apart from the typical data science role that is there in the market. Mohammed, would like to add something on this?
Yeah, that is correct. This terminology that you mentioned is correct. And again, I'm saying is more than roles, the same thing that I was telling again. First, how you can showcase, if you are entering the market, how you can showcase all the skills that Vaishali has mentioned here. You need to do projects, and the best way to do projects is again by if you can get internships, if you can do some type of hackathon challenges, build your portfolio, talk about your projects so that you explain a complete life cycle of these projects, and then try to get into these type of companies that are there. Most of the companies, and I will just give you a real background, and the reality check is, if you join a startup or an SME who does not have proper data in place, they don't have proper data engineering in place, you first, uh, whatever you're getting hired as, you start working as a data engineer. And this is what I did in many of the roles when I joined. I used to see that there is no data coming in, and I used to work as a data engineer. I used to do a lot of SQL and Python, PySpark, and all this to make sure that the data is coming in. Because as you all know, whatever you're seeing here cannot work with data. And gone are the days that you, as a data scientist, will depend on a data team to get everything. And now you have to pick up the tools and go and dig it up and start doing it yourself. And especially in small companies, big companies, like they have a separate teams, but now it is getting democratized and it is getting flatter. So that's the reason why you will see right now a lot of roles demand, and it's a good thing or a bad thing, but they demand you to know, you to be a generalist as well, because I'm not sure about the US, but in this region there is a lot of competition, and that is the reason why companies are looking for people who can at least understand data engineering as well, plus they can do a little bit of modeling as well.
Yes, I can't agree more again on this. And likewise, when I started my data science journey, I first did a lot of data engineering work. So it's like, streamlining the databases and then improvising like the reports, etc., which was more like, product data science role or data analyst role and not typical data scientist role, the first 6 months. And then slowly I was allocated different projects which heavily focused on data science. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, this is the second slide, so I would like to take a pause and then have questions if you have any. Let's address those questions and answer them.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
request people to put the question in the chat. There is one question from Ahmed in LinkedIn. He is asking about how does hackathon and challenges help for a fresher who does not have any experience?
Hmm. Yeah. So if you're a fresher, if you don't have any experience, just take it as like the first step towards your job placement achievement. So when you work on hackathons, right, first is you learn your skills. So you do not directly land a job, you learn your skill, you work with different data scientists or you work with different people and you try to form a team. When you work in a proper company, that's what you do. You have a team and then you work with the team and then you solve a business problem. So when you work on a hackathon, you are again trying to solve a problem, but again with a team. So you try to utilize your skill, you learn from other people, and then with a combined effort, you solve a problem. So some hackathons, you are just learning and then developing your skills, being better at coding, being better at team management, etc. And then there are some companies who host hackathons wherein you can, if you win the hackathon, then you can join as an intern. So it's a two-way street, right? And again, it's win-win for you because you're one developing a skill, learning new things, and then if it's a good place, then you will end up in that company as an intern. So definitely you should try doing it. And how do you find it? Like simply just Google about hackathons, which are like virtual hackathons and then hackathons in your city. Second thing is, if you are on LinkedIn, hackathon is happening like now and then and you can have like a lot of ideas and a lot of places through LinkedIn where you can find about hackathon hosts and participate in it. So definitely please do it. Muhammad Decoding Data Science also hosting a hackathon that will run for like next 6 days, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, please go ahead and participate in those hackathons and then learn and develop skills.
So
Muhammad, would
yeah,
you like to add? Yeah.
yeah. So regarding my hackathon, so I have been doing hackathon. I believe in hackathons and for a long time, but now I have changed the way hackathons run. Because
Hmm.
hackathon, generally companies, they come up with a problem, and it's a complicated problem, and a lot of people who are starters, they are lost. So what
Hmm.
I have done, and maybe you may echo with it, it's something different. I have converted the hackathon to a challenge. It means a person, anyone who is here, like Vaishali, anyone who wants to learn Nivedita, or there are people asking questions like Sharad, you have an idea in your mind, a project that you want to do, and that can be added in your portfolio, in your GitHub, in your website. But you know, you don't have that motivation to do it alone. So you join this challenge where you give an idea, like you give an idea that I want to build a nutrition app which does these things depending upon the dietary conditions and the age or something. Give me a plan. You have this idea, and then you put that idea, and then you yourself work on that idea in the next 8 days to build something. You get all the support materials, discussion groups, all the architecture, like how to deploy, how to use LLMs, whatever is you're using. There are videos for help to help you do that. And in the end, 8 days, you put in your time, maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, and you finish that challenge. And depending upon how you do it, you have some prizes. But this motivates everyone who joins. At least they do a project. And we have been doing this for the last, this is the fourth challenge that we are running as of today, as which one you mentioned. And we saw a lot of people praising this approach because many of them are stuck. They want to do a project because a lot of people I'm mentoring, they are doing full-time job, so they don't get time and motivation. And as we all know, every one of us starts, but no one completes it and puts it on their GitHub and puts it on LinkedIn. Very few people do that. So we are motivating more and more people who start something to complete it. This is the biggest problem in nowadays what is happening, and you may agree that people just start and they get lost because of other priorities and everything. The whole purpose of doing this is at least to finish something, and you have a profile under you that you have done XYZ project, and this can be used as your profile as well, that you are talking as well today in today's session.
Yes, absolutely. So, Mohammed will provide links and details if you want to participate in the challenge. Please go ahead and participate in this challenge and then other challenges also, because then it will also develop, your skill, and then it will be helpful to you. Again, another thing I would like to add is that you meet new people, right? So when you meet new people, you can understand what kind of challenges that they are having. So you can like have a group discussion and then solve each other's problems and then be better at things, right? So that's what I used to do. I used to like try and meet people who are in the same boat, and then we try and help each other out. So a lot of mock interviews and all that I've done with people whom I've met online who are in data science domain. So yes, please do that. Next slide, if we talk about it's about the projects. So what kind of project that we should do? So if I will provide the link that is given in the slide. If you click here, you will see the list of projects along with the free resources to build this. So you do not have any excuse that, oh, I'm stuck, or I don't know what to do, or what, oh, how do I do it because it's all paid. No, you have all the ideas listed in this list, and then you also have all the free resources that you should get in order to do the projects. Another thing that I would like to mention is that please do not do the projects which is everybody is doing nowadays. So I do see house price prediction or like credit card churn prediction model on every second, third resume that I'm reviewing. And I would like to, request to all of you, please try and be unique. Please try and demonstrate, like pick up an industry and then do some research, build a project around that line, or the problem that they're trying to solve. Please build a project around that line so that, you can be unique, and then you can highlight your skills accordingly. Because if you'll do like house price prediction or like churn prediction model, it will be like just same as any other resume, and then it will diminishes your chances to get selected. So please do some due diligence. What I would do if I want to start out and if I want to build a project is I would pick something or a subject which is of my interest, and I have been really fond of music, so I will try to like build a project around that line. For example, evolution of music trends and genres popularity over the years, so like analyzing the historical data in music genres and popularity, and then users listening patterns, and then identifying the trends, audience preferences, and then factors contributing to the users chart, and then leveraging this data to generate insights and then provide personalized recommendation, and then develop targeted audience so that we can have like different strategies, and then have a better product or better revenue. And then to build this kind of projects, what I would do is I will find free resources which are like listed in the slide. So like Spotify or the Kaggle, to get data, ETL to like Apache, and then DBT Labs. It's all open and it's all free. Databases like Snowflake, free tier, or Google BigQuery sandbox. And then for visualization, I would use like Tableau Public or Locker. And then machine learning libraries like Scikit, TensorFlow, everything is free, readily available. And then for data exploration, again, like Google Colab or Kaggle kernels, which is like all free and readily available. And what kind of insights that I would provide if I'm doing this project, right? So I'm going to do like data collection and integration, feature engineering and modeling, and then predictive analytics. I can do. I can also provide like just visualization and then insights of how genres have changed over the years, and then how users listening patterns have changed and evolved over the years. So say 10 years ago, people would listen to different kind of music, and then you can build your product around that line. But currently the listen patterns have changed, and then you can build a product around that line. So just utilize the historical data and then build multiple projects on this thing. So I will give you the PDF where you can find different ideas per industry. You can like go ahead and then do some research and then build a project accordingly. And it also has the free resources that you can utilize to build your projects. So everything will be given by us. You just have to put in some efforts. Mohammed, would you like to say something on this?
Yes, yes, I'd like to say, and I was just putting the screenshot in our challenge group. So if you don't
Mhm.
have an idea, like this is something that you can do, and this is something that many people are asking me in this hack challenge as well. Give me some idea. And this is my same message that I tell them: do something that you are passionate about. Like you are passionate about music, you can do something in this space, right? You have done your homework, and I have given them a chat gpt prompt template as well
Mhm.
for this challenge. So
Mhm.
nowadays, in your slides, one thing that is also should come out is now you have a very good friend. You need to use it very you need to use it more uh, properly and with more awareness, but ChatGPT can be a very good friend in your journey towards learning. And this is what I'm telling everyone in our programs. So uh, everyone should use ChatGPT as your friend to get
Mhm.
ideas. If you want to get the code, if you want to get shortcuts as well, you can do it. But at the end of the day, understand what is happening. And this is a very good idea that you have. If you're interested in music, you try to the thing is, many of us think that you take data from Kaggle, like Titanic or house pricing
Mhm.
prediction, and build a project. That is not the real life data project,
Yep.
because that is we call it toys. You are we call it Legos. You are playing with Legos and you're playing with toys. But if you want to really do a project, you need to think about getting the data from APIs, like what Vaishali has shown, right? Think about getting the data. It can be any API, it can be YouTube API, Twitter API, Spotify. Think about getting the data and then doing something extra. Don't, because no one is going to give you a ready-made data. Those
Mhm.
days are gone, because that is 80% of the work. The rest 20% of the work is will not make you differentiate yourself. So thanks for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say in our times, Mama, the GPT was not there, right? So it was very difficult for us to kind of build a project. So we would like talk to 10 people, and then people are also not available. Right now, we are in such a good age that you can just ask one question and then you have like 10 answers. So definitely, please utilize GPT and other models that is there in the market, and then build something which is unique and like not common, which everybody is doing, right? So yeah. And last slide, which is interview tips. So yes, so interview patterns changes year over year, right? So last year I appeared for an Amazon interview, and then it was different versus this year. So what I would definitely suggest is, first you create projects, have your foundation and everything clear. You should have like good understanding of basics, and then you have good projects. But how do you get the job, right? So first and foremost thing, network and network. No matter how cheesy or bad it sounds, in today's market it's very important to network, and then connect with people who are already working in different companies or who are already working in your targeted company, and then try to understand what kind of roles that they have and if they have any opening in the team. So yeah, if I talk about myself, I that's how I got the Amazon role. I reached out to few people. I try to understand what they focus on when they are hiring, and then I did my research and then work on different kind of Amazon interview principles, and then what kind of data science projects that they need, how I should respond, how I should structure my responses. And then I did like 25 plus mock rounds. I did all 300 lead codes questions just to understand the core basic idea of each topic, and then how I should be able to answer it within like 2 to 3 minutes, how I should structure it. So of course this kind of things really helped me to crack an interview, and it was not like easy, right? It took me 3.5 years to get into big tech, but I would say if you want to try, please do networking. Please participate in different hackathons. Please participate in different conferences that is happening online offline in your city. So meet new people online offline, practice on different platforms like LeetCode or Strata Scratch, and then understand the business context. So it's very important. Every time I go into an interview, I always make sure that I ask at least 3 to 4 questions from my side. I make sure that I read all the finances. I make sure that I understand and see what kind of business that they're doing and what kind of problem that they're facing, and how I can contribute and how I can provide my inputs in their problem. So yeah, demonstrate your skills, master all the data science fundamentals, and then do mock rounds with people. So when you do hackathons, you will meet a lot of people, so you can again do mock rounds with them, and then you will learn how to do it. So please utilize that, and then if you talk about structure, use STAR method. It will be very helpful, and it's very good also because it's very constructive, and then it's not very time consuming. You have like 2 minutes to give a high level overview using STAR method. And yes, gain experience with real world projects, the projects that I'm going to share with you all in the PDF format. So yeah, please do that, and then I think it's all about myself. So yeah, Mohammed, do you have anything else to add in this?
Yes, this is, yeah, very, very good. That is what you mentioned about network is very important. That is the reason why join communities in your whatever area you are. If you are in the UAE, we are
Mm,
UAE's largest AI community. Join and don't come for short-term gains. It's never going to happen. So many people come to me, and my LinkedIn is flooded with job requests,
mm,
and that is not going to help. You cannot ask for jobs directly. First you need to show yourself, show your skills, and then you need to, if something comes up, then you have that opportunity. Don't directly come and ask for jobs. That is something that I tell everyone, that please first build your portfolio, talk about your portfolio, use social media to do that, and then approach. First give back, give some value, and then you ask. And this is something that I request all the people who are here, who keep that in mind. Because if you randomly send people that I'm looking for a job, this is my resume, it will not help so much. Try to
mm,
engage with them in a better way. And these type of challenges or hackathons or community engagements, if you are join online meetups, ask questions, and be consistent. Many people, they come one time, two times, and they say that they are not getting anything, and it's not going to happen in one or two times. You have to
yeah.
keep, consistency is the key. Even now, after 21 years, I am consistently learning. I am consistently doing this on a Sunday, and that is why it is keeping me in the top 1% of this industry. And you need to think about that. The days are gone for people who are just mediocre. You cannot do that. You have to keep learning, and you have to keep giving time for yourself for growth. And this is the reason, be surrounded by these type of people. And that's the reason why I recommend, if you're in this region and if you are join these type of groups, you will learn a lot. And that's the reason why I push everyone I know personally who comes and asks me, Mohammed, I want to get into data science. And if I know them, they are from family connection or my friend's friend, I tell them the best way to learn, courses are there, right? YouTube, there are thousands of videos of how to do Python, how to do LLM. You will get lost. By
Mm,
theory is not a problem. You need to execute. So join a challenge, join something, do something. If you have the some people, 10% of the people are very self motivated, they don't need any other motivation, they will do things themselves, they are very self motivated. But the rest 90%, they need some motivation, they need some direction to complete tasks. And this is where I request you to make a plan. Don't have immediate plans. Make a plan where you build your portfolio, do projects, and you will gain something by having that consistency. And don't lose track. The job market is not great in this region, and I don't know about the US, but in India as well, as for the normal roles, like for the data analyst roles and all, it is not there. A lot of roles are coming up for people who understand LLMs and the new buzz that is there, but the market is tough. So you need to keep yourself motivated, be part of these circles, be part of these events, keep showing up, and then you will be noticed. And then if there is any opportunity that comes up, you can be on the top of the mind of the recruiter or the hiring manager. So these are some of the things that I keep telling that my people, but it's very tough for them to comprehend and understand, and it all comes with experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't agree more again on this. Yeah, when I was not active on LinkedIn, I used to think, oh, I'm alone. What should I do? How should I proceed further? I have no clue what to do. And then I continue to do that. I would just prepare myself and then sit in my room, do lead code challenge and all that, and not have any progress for the role that I want to do. Right. So it only started, the only difference that it made when I started networking with people, and then when I started learning about how different industry utilize data science, and then how their interview processes is. So yes, please join this hackathons, join the community, and then utilize the learnings from there. Yeah. So with that, I stop my screen. We can take more questions from the audience.
There are few questions that came in the start. I could not take it. I will just read it for you. Sharad is asking, I am currently working in application support and have 8 years of experience. And now I want to get into data analytics and data science field. I have tried for a year to get into data analytics. The problem I am facing is every company requires an experience in the relevant field. Since I have no industry experience, I get rejected even before facing an interview.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Would
yeah.
you like to go ahead, or I should talk
No,
about
you
it?
go ahead. You are the guest
Okay.
today. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So one thing I would want to mention is you already have an experience, right? Your experience is all about application support, right? So what you can do is two things that you need to do. One, build a project which is about application support, but that highlights your data analytics or data science skills. So again, go and then find the data which is out there in the market, online, and see how data science or data analytics can be used when it comes to application support, right? So say building regression models and then building different projects that I am going to give it to you. And second would be please network. So if you'll apply directly on the job portal, most likely it will get rejected because they most likely would like to have someone who has experience on that particular profile that they're hiring for, and then you will most likely get rejected because you do not have the relevant experience, right? So what you can do is, one, you build your projects and then highlight the projects where all the job description covers in your projects, and the projects that is there as per your experience, so like applications support, and then you try to find companies who are utilizing application support for their data science work. You know what I mean? So I do not have a lot of idea on the application support side, but I'm thinking it's again all about tech, and support in tech. So please do that, and then find companies who are using the support, like customer support, or like for example Amazon, right? Amazon has a big customer support, and there are a lot of other e-commerce companies who are using customer support. So build your projects on data analytics and data science using customer support data, and then you apply there. Another thing is networking. Please, if you have a targeted company in mind, you have to meet people from that company and then try to build a rapport with them, try to demonstrate your skills, and then try to have a direct application through the people, and not apply on the website. So these are the two things that I would like to mention. If you're from the sales profile, right, if you're into sales and then you're trying to get into data science, the same thing I would like to mention, that you utilize the sales data and then build projects on sales, like sales prediction, and the other projects that I would like to give to you all guys, and then try to get into data analytics. Again, data science right away is going to be very difficult if you don't have an experience. So I would definitely highlight and say, try to get into data analyst or like business analyst, program manager kind of a role, and then do an internal transfer after a year or two. So yeah, Mahmood, would you like to mention anything else?
Nee, that's correct. Yeah, so try to, and I know a lot of people who are in application support, what they did is look for opportunities within your organization. People with 5+ years of experience, it becomes a little different challenge. And
Mm,
what advice that today we are giving is mostly for less than 5 years experience, junior level roles, where your expertise and experience is not so much, does not matter. But if anything above 5 years, it is very much one-to-one type of thing that has to come, because if you are applying random roles which is beginner level, no one is going to hire you. So in application support, you need to build yourself. And many people I know that I have mentored one on one, the way the route that they took was RPA. This is around 5 to 10 years back, uh, automating their application support work. And that is automation of those type of work. They started in their own company and they made a very big jump by positioning themselves as RPA experts or automation experts or business process excellence experts. So you need to think about like a journey like that. So every individual, every person above 5 years, you need to take a step back, have a mentor. It can be anyone you feel comfortable who can guide you. And this is what I have done for a lot of people, because in India, as we all know, there's a huge market of call centers and application support in the last 10 to 15 years. So every one of them have to transition. Many of them can be only senior support but rest of them are transitioning and they are going towards automation role or reporting role. But you have to learn and you have to position yourself and show your expertise that is there.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we have one more question from Nivedita. She's asking what to do when a person has experience and want to try from another company. Can you please provide information about that? So, so this, I think she has an expert. Nivedita, you need to tell where you have experience.
Yeah.
What to do when a person is. So she's asking, you are mostly talking about fresher roles. She's asking about someone who has some experience and wants to try another company.
Yeah. So I think I'm assuming that you already have data analytics experience and then you want to change company, right? So what you will do is do not resign if you don't have an offer in hand, first of all, especially in the today's market. So I think most of the things that I've already covered in the slides is that, you if you already have an experience and you have to demonstrate the skills that you have, right, based on your experience. And then a lot of time what happens is your interview process is not about your experience. The interview process is all different game altogether. So you have to demonstrate your technical skills, you have to demonstrate your time management skills, you have to demonstrate your data science skills. And for that, mock rounds and mentorship is something that I would definitely highlight and recommend you to do it. So create like a 3 month or like 1 month roadmap, right? So say in 1 month I'll do two lead word questions every day. So by the end of the month you already have an idea of what kind of lead word questions that they ask. Likewise, every weekend I will focus on statistics and then data science. So say for first 2 months I will only focus on strengthening my foundational statistics, and then I'll read all the p value and then model development and all that. And then once it's done, you do mock rounds and then you discuss what all you know with your friend or with another interviewee. So that's how you will like have an experience of what kind of question that they'll ask, and it also help you to build confidence. If you're able to find a mentor, then it's well and good, who are already in a different company. And then you directly talk to them and then do the entire process. So please create like a roadmap for yourself and then work on your skills accordingly to change. But yeah, of course it will require a lot of effort from your side. It's not going to happen in 3 months. Like 3 months is like very conservatively I'm saying, at least it will like 6 to 8 months to be ready, and then have all the things with you to be totally ready for interview. So yeah, you're never ready to be honest, no matter how hard you try. But yeah, please do these things. Mohammed would like to add something on this.
So yeah, I was just telling someone a few days back that see, luck is not in our hands. Luck is from the Almighty, but it says right, you have to be at the correct place at the correct time. So
Hmm.
and then things can happen. So you have to do your part of work. So
Hmm.
when you don't know when you will get lucky. People
Hmm.
only see the green side of people's success on social media, but they don't see the hard work that they put in, right? And this is something that I tell everyone, that keep doing, become consistent. Hard work pays, and you may get lucky one day. It just requires one good interview, one good person who sees your potential, and he sees an opportunity, and there is a good timing that happens. So timing and to be in the right place really helps, and that is the reason why even Vaishali mentioned network. What does network do? That you show yourself in these places, you show yourself in these events, you show yourself in these interviews, whatever it is. And if the luck is on your side, and if there is a requirement, and if they really like you, then you make it. So keep doing that hard work. Don't get demotivated. And I know a lot of people who get demotivated in 1 or 2 months. It does not happen that way. uh, our times were different. There was less competition. There were less, you can say, data scientists in my time. So it was very easy for me. But I know right now the market is flooded with data scientists, especially in India,
Hmm.
and there are a lot of competition. So you need to differentiate yourself and keep doing the hard work. And uh, and there is one more economy that you should explore. uh, Not in the US, because there is a visa issue there. You need to be in full-time job. But in this region and in India, try, try to also look for consulting roles. When I say consulting roles, it can be small gigs, like you can get it from freelancer, from Upwork, from small these projects that are there. This is also a big market that is coming up, where companies want to get their work done through these small gigs. And this
Hmm.
can also be a good opportunity for you to learn and make money that is there. And full-time job, the what I see in the next few years, it is going to change. The way of full-time jobs are happening, it is going to change. People are going to work more like consultants, like where they're working for a couple of clients, working on small projects, and becoming a solopreneur type of thing. And this is the trend that you will see, especially in markets like this Southeast Asia, where there are a lot of resources and there are a lot of options. So be open to these type of roles as well. Don't just stick on to having a good full-time job, 9 to 5 job. The chances are that you may get it, but it will take some time. But try to do the way that I try to tell you. Start with this method, looking for opportunities. There is something called, we forgot to talk about, open source contribution. Also is a very good way to look at GitHub, to look at open issues for some projects that are there, and start doing that. And I push people who are good in coding and who have that problem solving ability to do that as well. You may not get money initially, but you will get recognized with your GitHub contributions and your pull requests that you do, which is also very important. So as I told, it's a very interesting journey. It is not and one more thing I wanted to tell, maybe Vaishali will agree. One advice does not fit to everyone. So that is the reason why something that we are saying today is a very general advice. Uh,
Hmm.
it may work for someone, but it is the right path. It may work for someone. You need to do something extra as well. But at least you're in the right path. Doing projects, doing whatever Vaishali is telling, whatever I'm telling will not harm you. It is going to make you a better uh, person in knowledge, and at least the soft skill side as well, because there is technology skills are very important. There are soft skills as well, and soft skills also includes visibility, how you are showing up on social media, that is LinkedIn, GitHub, and all these platforms, plus how you are communicating, how you are talking about your ideas, because that is also a very important skill that AI cannot replace right now.
Yeah, definitely. When you talk about soft skills, right, try and ask questions which I mentioned. So based upon the interviewer that you have, right? For example, a lot of time what you have is you have like senior level data scientist as an interviewer who are taking like technical interviews. So there you cannot ask about strategy related questions. There you will ask about your what's the day to day work like, what challenges, etc. So try and involve the interviewer in the interview process, right? And not just have like a stubborn attitude kind of a thing. So try and have those kind of discussion as well. And if you're interviewing with a director or a senior person, then try to talk about, you know, the strategy and the finances of the company, and then how the company is growing, and then what kind of challenges that they are facing, that they are not able to get through. And then if you are doing the mock rounds for the first 3 to 6 months, what will happen is when you start interviewing with different companies, sometimes your technical round will be fine, but your other rounds won't be good. Sometimes all of your round are good, but you still not get the offer letter because somebody have finished it earlier than you, right? That happened with me a lot of time, and then every time I get like demotivated, but then I'm like, okay, I will spend like 2 hours thinking about it, but then I'll, you know, move on. So that's what happens, right? If you, even if all of your rounds are good as per your like expectation, but you won't get the offer because somebody else has cleared it earlier than you. So yeah, your stars needs to align, and then please do what Muhammad has mentioned. He has mentioned it beautifully, that put out yourself out there in the market, do the GitHub projects, and then, you know, update stuff on LinkedIn, do content creation. So yeah.
Yeah.
um,
So regarding, there are some questions, but if I keep sharing about my experience, I always keep doing that. Today I will hear more from Vaishali because
yep.
I have a lot of experiences to share and lot of things that I have seen in my 20 years and mentoring so a lot of people. But today we will try to get more of Vaishali's comments that are there. So someone is asking about how much time does it require to learn data analyst course,
Hmm.
uh, and that you just and you can talk about the time, but one more question that is more relevant is here. Can you recommend some project for someone who's trying to break into data?
Hmm. Hmm.
These
Hmm.
two
Hmm.
questions we can take it together then.
Yeah, sure. So there are two questions. First is how much, you know, how much time does it take to get into data analyst or finish a project? So what happens is right now there are so many online courses available on the internet that, you know, you can easily get lost. So what I would suggest you is pick like one course which is like just a basic level, and then you have like basic understanding, and then you can have a roadmap. So as I mentioned earlier, right, like have a 1 month roadmap, that every weekend I will sit 3 hours a day and then finish the course. And then once you're done with the theoretical process, then you build your projects accordingly, right? So it will take like a lot of time, at least 3 to 6 months, just to finish the course, etc., that you want to do. And then you start building projects accordingly, right? So first, at least minimum 3 to 6 months, if you are dedicated and if you're doing it on a daily basis, then you are able to, like, you will be able to finish it within like 3 to 4 months. But again, 3 to 4 months, I'm saying it very, you know, if you're like very passionate and like you are reading like 5 to 6 hours a day, then 3 to 4 months is like good time. But yeah, it will easily take at least 6 months to be totally ready with all your technical skills and all data science skills. Another question was the projects, right? So for entry level projects, as I mentioned earlier, please don't do the house price prediction or churn prediction on your portfolio. So if when you are learning it, then you start with this kind of projects, just to have an understanding of how to generate insights, right? The most important things is how to generate insight. So if say you take raw data, use Excel, which is like the basic, and then generate insights. So you see the trends, weekly trends, daily trends, monthly trends, or yearly trends. Then you build like a regression model on Excel. Once you will build that kind of a thing on Excel, then you will have better understanding of what analytics looks like, what insights look like. You generate like, you know, insights using the data. So once you will have little bit of idea on that, then you can do the same thing using different tools like SQL and Python and all of that. So but start for just to start, you start with Excel, and then you build projects. So the house price prediction and all that, it's good when you're starting out, but please do not put it on your portfolio. To put it on the portfolio, you just pick an industry and then, you know, build a projects where you're trying to get into. So say if I'm trying to get into fintech, I will definitely build projects which are all finance, you know, data related. Or if I'm trying to get into tech, I'll build projects accordingly. So do that, and then we'll also provide you the list of projects with free resources, as I mentioned earlier. That's going to be very helpful when you're trying to build projects, because it will cover all the industry and all the kind of projects that you should do, and put it on your portfolio. So yeah, I hope I have covered my 2 cents on this question. Mohammed, would you like to add something on this?
Yeah, someone was asking regarding that PDF. So how are you going to share it? Are you going to put it here or later on you're going to send it to?
So I will share it with you. You can
Okay,
send them through email, or you can put it on LinkedIn,
sure.
however you like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, so just wait. I will just receive it from Vaishali and I will share it. So all the people who have registered, I will be sending an email, and also in the LinkedIn, I will just put the link as well, because this is streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube as well. So I'll put the link when I receive it as well for all of you. So there are some questions from Shivraj has asked one question, and if anyone wants to raise their hands, you can raise your hand. We can take one voice question as well if you are comfortable to raise your hand. But he's asking, with the advent of new technology, good question, Shivraj. With the advent of new technology, Gen AI and AI agents, how much the data science space has changed so far and will
Hmm.
change in the next 3 to 5 years?
Hmm. That's a very good question, actually. So yes, so with every technology that advances year over year, right, the work changes. But if you really are into a company, then you will understand that the accuracy of these agents is not as good as a human experienced human person. So it's still evolving, but then there will be a lot of work which can be easily automated. For example, say if I want to generate weekly insights to see how my KPIs are performing, so that can be easily automated. So anything that is manual and recurring, that will be automated using the agents and using different tools and technologies. But again, when you talk about strategy, right, you can automate the process, you can automate the insights, but how to interpret this insight, for that you will require a human. Once you have that human interpreting the insights, then what kind of action that the leadership should take, how we should take it further. So for that kind of thing, we will always require people, and then you will always have a market for this. So with my limited knowledge on this, that's what I would like to say, that most of the recurring work will be automated. Most of the recurring work has been automated using SQL, Python, and Tableau. So yeah, that's what I would say. That please, and for you or for anyone, you have to keep updating your skills. So right, years ago, people used to use SQL and R. There was not much of a trend of Python, but then it's been like 5 to 10 years that everybody started using Python, and then nobody's using R. So that's how the tech industry changed, and you have to develop your skills accordingly, right? You cannot just get stuck with just SQL and Excel. So you have to evolve along with the technology. But for anyone who is starting out, for you just have to get into the industry first, and then think about all of this thing later on. So once you land a role, then you start developing the skills which are more on the AI and ML side. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. There are last question. I will just try to summarize. Few people are asking. They have, so anyone. There are two questions. One person is having 10 years of experience, and he wants to get into this space. And one person is a homemaker for the last 10 years. Also, they want to get into the space. Without so, that are they asking? Is it easy for them to get into this space? And what type of roles that they should look for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if two things, right? If you're an experience, or if you have a gap, right? In today's job market, sadly, it's not going to be easy. So if you're targeting just a data science role, then I would highly recommend you to target other roles which are like data analyst, or like business analyst and program manager kind of role, in which you don't have to demonstrate a lot of technical skills or a lot of data science skills. This kind of roles, you can like be very good with SQL and be very good with projects, and then you can demonstrate your skills accordingly, right? You do your market research, and then you ask questions, so then you can have that enthusiasm and curiosity to at least have the entry level data analyst role. But if you're targeting data science role, then it's going to be very difficult. As you mentioned, the projects as per the industry. So if you're targeting fintech, please develop projects accordingly, and that way it will be helpful to you. So if you are experienced, or if you are a fresher, it's going to be equally difficult for both of you, sadly, in the market. But yeah, please do the project, etc. And if you can find a mentor who can just be there for you and who can guide you that, hey, if you are, interviewing for this particular company, then this is the kind of question that you should do. If you're working for a different company, then you can do different kind of interview process. So someone who can be a mentor and then who can guide you, that's going to be really helpful if you're trying to break into data. So yeah, please do that, and then work on things like, do courses, engage in the community, do hackathon projects, and then you will slowly understand what the work is all about. So yeah, that's all I would like to say.
Yeah, so thanks a lot. So let me just give your LinkedIn profile again. I had shared it before. Let me
Mm-hmm.
again share it one more time. And before we officially end the session, do you
Mm-hmm.
have any closing thoughts to the community and message? And for the
Yeah.
people whose questions were not answered, I have saved the chat. We tried to answer most of your questions on LinkedIn and YouTube, but there are some questions that I could not be answered. We will try to answer it later on in our next career talk. And yeah, thank you. Over to you, Vaishali.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Mohammed, for inviting me for this session. It's been a pleasure. So yeah, the closing note is all about keep trying, right? It's not easy. It was never easy. It wasn't easy for Mohammed. It wasn't easy for me, but all we can do is we kept on trying. We failed multiple times, and then we just learned from it. So yeah, please keep on trying, do the networking, build the projects, and do the mock rounds, and I think it will give you confidence, if not today, then tomorrow. And then yeah, be hopeful, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. And just to before we close, I personally thank you. And we have our next event because our general career talk is there about the challenge at 12 o'clock as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in 1 hour from now. So if people
Mm-hmm.
who have not registered, please do register for that. And thank you again, Vaishali, for your time. And thank you everyone who participated and asked the questions. And best of luck for whatever you are doing. And talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.